Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. The multiverse in the world of comics, wandering through movies, witnessing the various forms of characters and the rise and fall of civilized organizations in various aspects of the world. Lin Wen once rescued Tony Stark from the hands of terrorists, and also taught young and on the brink of blackening Parker to come out of the brink of collapse. He once pinned the laughing bat to the ground and beat it painfully, and also posed as a Pacific Rim mech to fight Godzilla on the sea. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 1 Superpower. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Early morning. In an ordinary and unremarkable residential building. Lin Wen was awakened by a strong urge to urinate while sleeping soundly. In a daze, he thought to quickly go to the bathroom to solve the problem and then come back to continue sleeping. Click. The next second, he noticed a cold sensation coming from under his buttocks. Lin Wen opened his eyes in a daze, woke up instantly, and his pupils tightened because he couldn't believe he was in the bathroom. I was just sleeping in bed, didn't I? Why did I come to the bathroom as soon as I opened my eyes? Thinking so, Lin Wen heard a buzzing sound in his mind. He was shocked to find himself lying in bed, seemingly never moving. Lin Wen pinched himself, it hurt. It's not just a dream, is it? I'm at the computer desk now, Lin Wen tentatively thought to himself. A faint sound echoed in his mind, and in the next moment, Lin Wen found himself sitting at a computer desk, with his familiar computer in front of him, as if he had never touched it before. Lin Wen turned to look at the bed and found an irregular light blue energy wave slowly disappearing in the blink of an eye. Did I acquire the ability of the protagonist in the movie The Teleporter? Lin Wen had to think so. Because he had watched the movie Teleporter before going to bed yesterday, and he had some understanding of the protagonist's abilities, which seemed to be similar to his current situation. The protagonist inside gave a crystal ball to the girl she liked, but it happened to be seen by a thug classmate who threw the crystal ball onto the frozen river surface. The protagonist, who didn't talk much, could only go to the frozen river surface to pick up the crystal ball. However, the frozen river surface couldn't withstand the pressure and suddenly broke, causing the protagonist to fall into the river. At the moment of crisis, the teleportation ability was activated and instantly teleported to a library. After realizing that he had this ability, the protagonist began to make various waves, wandering around the world's famous landmarks in a day, and even stealing the bank's vault, lying on a pile of dollars to sleep on at night. However, while the protagonist was in various waves, he didn't know that a black uncle was hunting people with teleportation abilities. He believed that this ability should only be possessed by God, and that humans should not master it. This would disrupt human order, so he and his organization have been hunting people with teleportation abilities. Coincidentally, he realized in the bank theft case that the protagonist possessed this ability and launched a hunt against him. In the end, the protagonist and another capable person worked together to defeat the villainous black uncle and bring back a beautiful woman. This movie doesn't have much outstanding plot, but the protagonist's superpowers are still enviable, fantasizing about how great it would be to acquire them. But when Lin Wen realized that he had truly acquired this ability, there was not only surprise, but also a bit of fear. He was afraid that there would be organizations like those in movies on Earth, secretly hunting people like him who had acquired superpowers. He thought about returning home one day, and a group of big men were waiting for him inside the house. Thinking about it made his back feel cold. Even if there were no superpowers or organizations to hunt them on Earth, the thought of the consequences of their abilities being discovered made a group of people in white coats grin at them, making them shiver. Even if one's own abilities are beyond their grasp, they still have family and friends, and this superpower may seem cool, but it doesn't have much killing power. In other words, when faced with danger, they can only run away and don't even have the ability to counterattack. However, as the matter has come to an end, worrying too much is of no use. It is better to become proficient in the superpowers you have acquired, so as not to be in danger and not even have self-protection ability when you come to your door. At least you can escape immediately. As soon as he thought of it, he did it. He first tested his ability several times inside the room and confirmed that he had truly acquired it, rather than suffering from delusions. Lin Wen hurriedly washed up, dressed neatly, and headed straight to the company. 1 year later. In a deep mountain and old forest, a figure flickered continuously in the forest. It was still in place a second ago, appeared 100 meters away in the blink of an eye, then returned to its original position in the blink of an eye, and then disappeared again. For a moment, various figures shuttled through the forest, making people dizzy, hoo. It's okay, I persisted for a few more minutes than last time. With a high level of concentration, I can break through an hour now. It's almost evening, and this training is almost over. It's time to go back. The figure stopped and took a few deep breaths, raised its hand to look at the time, muttered a word, and then disappeared. The forest has regained its former calmness, as if nothing has happened. Lin Wen returned to his rented room and first washed himself up in the bathroom. Then, his figure disappeared into the bathroom and appeared in front of the computer desk in the bedroom. First, pick up the phone on the table and order takeout. During Lin Wen's training, he did not bring his phone because it was equipped with location tracking. It's not good to be caught shuttling through space. 2 mysterious phenomena. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 3 time travel. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. For boys. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 5 beautiful partners. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 6 successful performances. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 7 Tony Stark. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Tony Stark is missing. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Tony went missing for 3 months. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Hello, Tony. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The source has no content or has errors.